Before assembling the machine, please organize all parts. We have prepared all types of fasteners, and each step is accompanied by an assembly diagram for the machine. Simply follow the steps below to complete the assembly quickly. Step 1. Using a cross screwdriver, as shown in the diagram, remove the motor cover and countersunk cross self-tapping screws from the main frame, and keep the removed screws safe. After removing the 4 screws, gently lift the motor cover from both sides. Note: the inner side of the motor cover has clips. Step 2. Insert the upright frame into the main frame, and use an open-end wrench to lightly fasten the upright frame to the main frame with hex head bolts and flat washers. Do not fully tighten the bolts. Connect the connection wires in the main frame and the upright frame. Note: when inserting the upright frame, 2 people are required, and ensure the wires are not pinched. During wire connection, ensure the male and female connectors are aligned correctly, and avoid pulling the wires forcefully. Step 3. Connect the connection wires in the electronic display frame and the upright frame. Then insert the electronic display frame into the upright frame using a hex key. Pre-lock the electronic display frame to the upright frame with hex socket button head bolts and flat washers. Once all 6 bolts are pre-locked, use the hex key to tighten them fully. Note: when inserting the electronic display frame, 2 people are required to ensure the wires are not pinched. During wire connection, ensure the male and female connectors are aligned correctly. Avoid pulling the wires forcefully, and prevent crushing the wires. The plastic components of the electronic display frame must be inserted into the upright frame. Step 4. Using a cross screwdriver, remove and keep safe the large flathead self-tapping screws from the cup holder frame. First, attach the cup holder top cover to the electronic display frame. Then, using a cross screwdriver, secure the cup holder top cover to the electronic display frame with large flathead self-tapping screws. Next, use the cross screwdriver to secure the cup holder bottom cover to the cup holder top cover with the same type of screws. Note: ensure the cup holder top cover is properly installed and secured before proceeding to the next step. Step 5. Take out the touchscreen frame and open the decorative lower cover, keeping it safe. Open the cover gently to avoid damaging the clips. Using a hex key, secure the touchscreen frame to the cup holder frame with hex socket button head bolts and flat washers. Once all 4 bolts are in place, fully tighten them. Note: when inserting the touchscreen frame into the cup holder frame, align the positioning points on the cup holder frame and ensure they are flush before securing the bolts. 2 people are required for this step to prevent crushing the wires. Step 6. Pass the touchscreen connection wire through the plastic part of the touchscreen frame. Using a hex key, secure the touchscreen to the touchscreen frame with hex socket button head bolts and flat washers. Once all 4 bolts are in place, fully tighten them. Connect the touchscreen connection wire in the touchscreen to the corresponding wire in the touchscreen frame. Note: 2 people are required to install the touchscreen. During wire connection, ensure the male and female connectors are aligned correctly, and avoid pulling the wires forcefully. Step 7. After organizing the wires behind the touchscreen and completing all connections, attach the cup holder decorative lower cover using a cross screwdriver Secure the cover to the touchscreen frame with large flathead self-tapping screws. Note: ensure all clips on the decorative lower cover are properly engaged before tightening the screws. Step 8. Using an open-end wrench, fully tighten the hex head bolts. From Step 2, retrieve the motor cover and countersunk cross self-tapping screws. Removed in Step 1, using a cross screwdriver, secure the motor cover to the main frame as shown, and tighten the screws. Note: when attaching the motor cover to the main frame, tilt the cover slightly and gently slide it into place from between the uprights. Adjust the gaps and prioritize securing the 4 screws on the sides, followed by the 2 screws on the front. Step 9. Insert the power cord into the main frame. Quarterly. Turn off the power. Check if the power cord plug is loose. Open the motor cover. Check if all the internal wires are loose. Ensure that there are no problems with each wire connector. Cut off the power supply. Embed the oil pipe between the running belt and the running board. It's approximately at this position. Then pour about 30-35 milliliters of treadmill oil into the oil pipe. Next, connect the power supply. Run the treadmill. Walk in all directions for 3 minutes at a speed of 3 kilometers per hour. Monthly. Cut off the power supply. Loosen the bolts on the motor cover. Open the motor cover. Use a vacuum cleaner to clean the dust inside the motor cover. The ground around the treadmill should also be kept clean and tidy. Cut off the power supply. Open the motor cover. Confirm the tightening of the fixing screws on the treadmill. Weekly. The judgment method is as follows. Remove the motor cover. Let the treadmill run at a speed of 0.5 kilometers per hour. Then stand on the running belt. Hold the handrails tightly with both hands. Step on the running belt slightly with both feet. If you observe that the instantaneous stepping force stops the running belt from rotating, while the multi-hook belt and the front roller are still rotating, it indicates that the running belt is a bit loose. Appropriate adjustments must be made for safe use. Rotate the adjusting bolt on the right 2 turns clockwise. Rotate the adjusting bolt on the left 2 turns clockwise. You need to adjust according to the specific situation. If the running belt still rotates normally, when you step on it slightly with both feet, it indicates that your adjustment is successful. Place the electric treadmill on a flat ground. Run the electric treadmill at a speed of approximately 3.5 kilometers per hour. If the running belt is skewed to the right, rotate the adjusting bolt on the right half a turn clockwise. Then rotate the adjusting bolt on the left half a turn counterclockwise. If the running belt is skewed to the left, rotate the adjusting bolt on the right half a turn counterclockwise. Then rotate the adjusting bolt on the left half a turn clockwise. Turn on the power switch. Run the treadmill. Try each button on the panel to see if they are all effective. In standby mode, press and hold both the incline 3 and speed 3 keys simultaneously for 2 seconds. The machine enters the elevation calibration mode. In this mode, the incline is automatically calibrated. At the same time, the add value of the horizontal incline position can be modified. After the incline calibration is completed, the parameters are automatically saved. Daily. Disconnect the power supply and use pledge to wipe the product surface, especially the keypad area, the running belt, and both sides of its edges, particularly where sweat tends to accumulate. When the treadmill is not in use, unplug the power cord. Disassembly of the electronic display. Pry open the protective cover at the back of the electronic display head. Unscrew the 4 screws, securing the display head, and remove it. Unscrew the 2 screws at the bottom and the 4 screws on the sides of the back cover. Then open the back cover. Unscrew the 4 screws, securing the circuit board to the back cover, and the back cover can be removed. The back cover is clipped at all 4 sides. Replacing the main board of the electronic display. First, disconnect the wires connected to the main board. Then unscrew the 4 corner screws. To remove the main board, locate the wire connections for the speaker. Unplug it and unscrew the screws, fixing the speaker to remove it. Screen not lighting up. Unscrew the 4 screws on the back to remove the backlight power board. Removing the memory card. Remove the hot melt glue from the memory card. Gently press to take the memory card out. When reinstalling the memory card, ensure the text on the memory card is facing you. When reinstalling the back cover of the electronic display, be careful to pull any wires out through the holes. Disassembly of the lower electronic display. Unscrew the screws on the back of the lower electronic display. Remove the back protective cover. Note the heart rate line and speaker wire. Unscrew all the screws. On the display frame, and remove the frame. Replacing the keypad and display core. Unplug the connected wires and unscrew the fixing screws. When reassembling, make sure the wires are correctly connected. Replacing internal motor cover parts. Unscrew the 6 screws, securing the motor cover. and remove the cover. The wires above the inverter need to be pressed to be disconnected. The wires connecting both sides can be loosened with a screwdriver before being unplugged. Then unscrew the 4 corner screws, securing the inverter to remove it. First unplug the wires connecting to the lift motor, then unscrew the bolts connecting the lift motor to the upper and lower parts. To remove the lift motor, unscrew the 4 nuts securing the motor, loosen the bolts that position the motor at a correct angle, and unscrew the 4 bolts at the bottom to remove the motor. When reassembling the motor, pay attention to the tension of the multi-groove belt. Disconnect the wires connecting the treadmill front to the 3 circuit boards. Unscrew the 4 corner screws to replace the health transfer board and the power communication board. Rear parts. Unscrew the 3 screws at the bottom of the left and right corner protective covers, and remove the left and right corner protective covers. Loosen the 4 nuts securing the edge strips at the bottom of the treadmill. To remove the edge strips, unscrew the 2 screws on the front and rear rollers. To remove them, for the front roller, adjust the tension of the multi-groove belt. Unscrew the screws securing the treadmill board. Adjust the board, remove the running belt, and lift the treadmill board. When reassembling the treadmill board, ensure the buffer pad is level, and adjust the tension of the multi-groove belt and the running belt.